Hello, my name is Peter, and I suffer from hearing loss. Hearing loss is a condition that doesn't suddenly occur to you. It often takes many years to materialize, and often we just don't know that we're suffering from it. It's not like a broken leg, which is pretty clear that you can't walk. With hearing, it may take many years to materialize. I started to recognize about 10 years ago that I may be suffering from hearing loss. And it was manifest with situations where I had to ask my wife to repeat herself quite often. Also, teaching in class, I found that when students asked questions, particularly female students who have quite higher voices, I was having problems to understand the question. And I found myself, as they began to ask the question, working towards them, picking up the second half of the question and having to wing it. In conversations in restaurants with high background noise, I found myself becoming isolated. I really could not follow conversations, never mind actually contributing to them. So this feeling of isolation and just unable to accomplish a lot eventually drove me to recognize I had hearing loss. So of course the next step was to go to a center to have your hearing tested, and lo and behold, the results were crystal clear. I did have substantial hearing loss, particularly at the higher frequencies. And as such, with that information, I was now in the right frame of mind, working with my wife and family, to think about hearing aids. Well, as you might imagine, there's a lot of selections of hearing aids, a lot of places to buy them, etc. So where did I go? I did my research online and decided I was going to go to a full service center. And I chose Berkeley Hearing Center as one that's local and with a good reputation. I decided to go that route because I recognized it wasn't simply purchasing the hearing aid. It was getting it tuned to my particular situation and fine-tuning it so as to improve my hearing and therefore improve the quality of life. This was important to me. Of course, you can purchase them online. Yes, it might be substantially cheaper. But it isn't simply purchasing the hearing aid. It's having it adjusted appropriately. And with these wonderful software programs with them, it's possible to get them configured to your particular hearing loss, but also to the typical environment that you find yourself. So I have a number of settings on my hearing aid, some to accommodate quiet places, others with a lot of background noise, such as restaurants. There's even directional programming that cuts out noise behind you. So I went to the hearing center in Berkeley and got a set of hearing aids. And right from day one, I could see an improvement of the quality of my life. It wasn't a single visit that was required. I did go back several times for minor adjustments to get the right types of earpieces as well as the right computer setting. Regular services to them were part of the whole deal. I can tell you now that I can hear my wife every time she mentions something to me. I can hear questions in the classroom and be able to articulate the answers in a timely fashion. I can not only hear conversations in restaurants, I can contribute to them actively. In fact, I found I can turn the TV volume down quite considerably because I don't need it at that level. And I'm also hearing a lot of different sounds which were totally new to me now that I have these hearing aids. Now, I mentioned that you can purchase them online, often with a single fitting to get it right. But a single fitting often isn't what the average person needs. It needs attentive service over a long period of time to keep them tuned to you. And that's where Berkeley Hearing Center comes in very well. This colleague of mine who bought them through the internet, and I'm sure he paid quite a bit less than I did, he did not really get good value for money. Often in conversations with him, I find him often asking people to repeat himself. So he might have saved a little bit of money, but I can tell you, my quality of life is vastly superior and well worth the investment.